I think we can all agree that life is funny. We have all these truly amazing, beautiful moments that are also jumbled up and mixed in with struggles and challenges, and as much as I love to share nothing but laughs here, well, this just ain't that video. I just lost my job.
Too short to get it all right. First time around, you better not mess up.
I wanted to have just another quick moment of real talk with you guys. After doing YouTube for a while now, I think one of my all-time favorite comments that I see left on creators' videos is, "Get a real job." Well, you see, up until now, I had one, in addition to YouTube, which, let's just be clear, is also a real job. Now, in order for me to explain this, I gotta rewind back a little bit because this story actually starts off really happy and good times while I was traveling in New York. So let me tell you what happened.
I know it's a little bit too much for sure. So cold, but we're always coming back for more. Go ahead to let me smile from.
All right, we're at the airport right now. All right, currently 60 degrees in Los Angeles. Headed to 36 degrees. How do you feel about this? We'll see you later, LA. Dirt did this thing to us where he made us be early. Being early stresses me out. Ugh. Alright, Mom, just letting you know, we landed. Thank you. Right, okay, so why was I in New York? Well, I was invited to speak at this event called Creators Offline at 368. Like, you guys know the place, 368, like Casey Neistat's production space. I was crazy excited for this whole thing. Literally right after I spoke at the event, I got the news that I lost my job. Now, just for context, my job was this big production client that I was producing films for and content for their platforms for several years on a contract basis. They had to close that division because of things that was going on with the company, and therefore it left me without my biggest client. In layman's terms, I lost my gig, or I lost my job. So in that moment, I decided to go for a walk, and I decided to film another video diary just to like get out my feelings as they were happening right then so that I could look back on them. Oh man, where do I lost my job. I've been trying to ask myself like how I feel. What does that mean for my future? What does that mean for tomorrow? I haven't had a lot of feelings. It's kind of odd for me.
Don't go chasing a dream.
It's It's funny, I find myself in New York right now, and I decided to come to the exact same spot that I went to right after Buffer Festival, after releasing the film and the award and like all the confusing emotions that I was going through. And so like I almost feel like in order to track your growth, you kind of have to step to the place that you once were and see if you respond differently, if you feel differently. Am I changing and growing as life is continuing to change? Kind of think about, well, where am I at now? For me, it was large, significant source of my income to be able to operate and function, to be able to pay my bills and pay the rent, making content for you guys. And so now that that is gone, essentially, I'm in a whole new territory. I'm in uncharted waters. Like my water pun. Sorry, I couldn't resist. But for me, this is kind of the first time that I didn't blame myself. I think it's important to remember, like, as cliche as this sounds, that when one door closes, another one usually opens. But I think we have to be willing to see the path to that newly opened door. Otherwise, we're just gonna be stuck in the room and just unaware of these new exits. I literally look like the Michelin Man in these donut-shaped layers that I got. All right, so we're on our way now to hook up with Cody Warner. He's actually been through this exact same thing fairly recently, so I'm gonna ask him his thoughts and like what he went through. And does that sound like a good plan? Yeah. Sounds like a good plan. Let's do it.
On record, off record, I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record, I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record, I still want the act, not the ghost. For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable.
I see Cody. Maybe we can sneak attack him. So cinematic. Oh my gosh, is that Cody Warner? Get it from all angles. Go, go. Get the other angle. Capture all the sides. Oh, do it. Now. I wanted to meet up with my friend Cody Warner. You guys have seen him on the channel before. He's another YouTuber and creator, and his channel is all about encouraging the doers and encouraging you to go after whatever it is that you want in life. And he had recently lost his job as well, so I wanted to talk to him and just get some perspective. I'm going through a thing that you can relate to, that just happened with me. Yeah. In that I just lost my job.
Yeah.
And
Snap.
I don't know, you have these do or die feelings.
Right.
So talk me through your thought process.
Right. So there's so many different layers, right? The first one was, people were like, you're making a video about that? Like right now? It happened today. I could have told the story later. Just, you know, time just creates perspective.
Yes.
It's just, for me, it was like, this is exciting. This is a massively exciting new thing. Like, this is big. And I also really wanted to capture the raw emotion of it.
Because this is just all about change, I think, at the end of the day. It's like sudden change. What's the advice in these situations?
The advice is, A, don't gloss over the hard part of it. Feel the hard part of it. Like, with the part that you need to grieve, the parts that's sad and scary, feel all of that stuff. But realize there's this whole other part of it where it is an epic adventure that's just starting. Like you were saying, do or die. Some of the best stuff happens do or die. You know what I mean? Like, when you're in those situations and you kind of have to put your head down and move forward despite it not being perfect, that's radical. Transform that sadness into, this is exciting.
Maybe this is as feeling it as I'm going to get, because I am also just feeling that excitement. I'm going to put my head down and I'm going to start working and work more on developing other series, more films, or getting other clients. This is a pretty big, significant thing that is happening. Finding the ways to fund and finance all of this is going to be pretty interesting. I suppose this is probably the time I should mention that I have Patreon. Because, well, here I am. For those of you who are interested in being, you know, a more involved aspect of this whole team, this whole squad, and contributing to these films and this process of making all of this, then absolutely, that's amazing. I don't want anyone to ever feel pressured to do that, of course, but it's honestly a great help. So I'll have that linked below if you guys want to check out. All right, get out of here. I'm done with you. I don't need you anymore.
I almost fell. It was a weird, and I was like, you should have pushed me. You should have pushed me. I should have just fallen straight. Like if we weren't on granite. I'm sorry that I ruined your video.
Ruined my shot.
I'm sorry. Thanks so much. It was really great hanging out.
Now I want to take real quick a related sidebar. Ironically or not, this video is actually sponsored by Storyblocks Video. You know all those dope B-roll clips that I had at the beginning of this film? Like that's all from Storyblocks. Now I realize the timing might seem like a little ironic, but that's specifically because when I lost my job, I decided to take some time and just think about it and reflect on it. And I also wanted some time to like go into action and try to do things to better my situation before I talk to you guys about it, because the last thing I ever want is you guys or anyone else to think that I'm just like, you know, sitting around and being like, oh, woe is me, look at my life. So it's actually really exciting to finally get a sponsorship and I don't go completely broke making all of these videos. I am really excited about Storyblocks because I've actually been a customer of theirs, I don't even think they know this, for years. Like since I've been making film. As cheap as they are, I've been paying them my money. In a nutshell, they have a massive online library for B-roll and stock footage. They also have After Effects templates and motion graphics. I've literally used all of the things in so many projects. I actually used several of their B-roll clips in my short film Lost in Darkness, which you guys saw from Buffer Festival. Now, my favorite thing is that all of the content's royalty free, so I don't have to worry about like anybody coming after me. There are so many of you guys who message me and you're like, hey Swoop, like how do you film your videos? How do you edit? Like how do I start a YouTube channel? I can't afford anything. They are hands down one of the best resources for creators like you guys. So if you guys are even just curious, there's a link in the description for you guys to check out. It's not an affiliate link. I definitely recommend it because again, it's a tool that I use constantly. All right, thanks for that moment. Let's finish the story. I guess the thing that is just, you know, probably most uncomfortable with people in these kind of situations is the change of it all. And so it's like you think that you're prepared in your mind, but it's just a lot different when it actually happens. And I've gone through this with my old channel, that experience of that just ending. I don't know, I guess I'm just having some of those similar feelings and kind of feeling like I'm just free falling right now. Change is gonna happen either with you or without you, but it's gonna happen. And so the decision now is, where do I want to land? That's the new journey for this year, finding my footing again, but being more specific and directing where my feet go and what I'm stepping towards. It's something I'm still working on. That's what this time is for. It's gotta be what this time is for. You know, when I take a look at myself in the past, like even a few months ago, I can definitely see that I'm not the same person anymore, that I've changed. And while I may not know what's gonna happen tomorrow, I know what I can do today. I don't know how, but somehow I will be better because of this. And that's one change that I am definitely excited about.